I always believed that when something is broken, you fix it. Especially when it comes to marriage. It's how I was raised. I wasn't perfect, but I gave everything to my wife Molina. 13 years we spent together. 13 years of building, of planning for the future, of growing old together, and weathering all the storms life threw our way. But that illusion, that dream I held onto so tightly, shattered on a Tuesday that started like any other. It started small, the little things that at first seemed insignificant. A change in her routine. She started working late, coming home after dark. Her phone, once always within reach, was now face down, always on silent. She'd laugh at texts but never share them with me anymore. When we kissed goodnight, there was a strange coldness, a distance that had never been there before. I tried to chalk it up to stress. Maybe she was going through something I didn't understand. I asked her about it gently, but she brushed it off with a tired smile. I'm just exhausted, babe. I wanted to believe her, and so I did. But everything changed that night. She went to bed early, complaining of a migraine, and I stayed up, watching a game. I had some work to catch up on, so I went into the study to send a late email. Her laptop was open, its screen dim but active. Notifications pinged on the corner, and then a message appeared from someone named Eli. My heart stopped. Asterisk, last night was amazing. I can still smell you on my sheets. Asterisk. I didn't even click the message right away. I just froze. My hands trembled, and the world seemed to slow down. A cold knot twisted in my stomach, and my mind raced. I didn't know whether to feel sick or to explode in anger. I opened the chat history, and there it was, months of conversations, photos, videos, hotel addresses. A secret language between them. She'd told him things she never told me. Intimate details, future plans, inside jokes. This wasn't just an affair. This was an entirely different life. One where I didn't exist. I closed the laptop without a word. I didn't wake her. I didn't scream. I just sat on the couch until the sun came up. My eyes burned from the lack of sleep, but I didn't cry. Not yet. I couldn't. The next morning, I made her breakfast, just like I always did, eggs, toast, black coffee. She smiled at me, kissed me on the cheek, and I smiled back. But deep inside, something had died. I went to work like everything was normal, but every minute, every hour, I replayed those messages in my head. I saw her hands on another man. I heard her voice whispering sweet things in his ear. I stayed silent for 3 days. I don't know why. Maybe I was hoping it was all a mistake. Maybe I needed to find the right moment. But deep down, I knew I was just preparing for the inevitable. Then on Saturday she left to run errands. I waited for the sound of the door closing before I stood up and took a deep breath. 15 more minutes, just to be sure. Then I walked into our bedroom and pulled out the largest suitcase we had. I began packing my things, quietly, methodically. Shirts, pants, socks. My passport. My laptop. Even my razor. I didn't touch her things. I didn't need to. I took off my wedding ring and left it on her pillow. The door creaked open behind me, but I didn't turn around. I just kept folding a shirt. What the hell are you doing? Her voice was sharp, panicked. It was the first time in years I'd heard that tone from her. I zipped up the suitcase slowly, and she ran into the room. Answer me. What are you doing? Why are you packing? I turned to her, calm, cold. I know. Her face drained of color. Her legs gave out, and she collapsed onto the bed. Her eyes darted around, searching for some excuse, some way to make this not her fault. Wait, just listen to me. It didn't mean anything. I was confused. You've been so distant lately. Don't. I raised a hand, cutting her off. Don't insult me more than you already have. Tears welled up in her eyes. You can't just leave. You're my husband. I shook my head. You should have thought about that when you were in his bed. She trembled as she stood, reaching for me. Please, we can fix this. I'll end it. I swear. I'll do anything. Her voice had lost all its power, its pleading desperate and hollow. The woman standing in front of me wasn't the same woman I had loved all these years. That version of her died the moment she let someone else touch her the way only I was supposed to. I picked up my bag and started walking toward the door. As I reached the handle, her voice cracked behind me. Don't you dare walk out on me like I'm nothing. I paused, then turned to her one last time. I said the one thing I hadn't said in years. You already made me nothing. And then I left. I didn't go to a friend's place. I didn't book a hotel. I drove. For hours. I watched the sunset fade in my rearview mirror and just kept going. I didn't know where I was headed, but I knew one thing for certain. I was finally free.